Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Northside Nomad, and welcome to my end of year sort of video slash I want to talk about moving forward, and I also want to talk about Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and me just saying goodbye to Call of Duty. I just wanted to start by saying like sort of the history with, my history with Call of Duty, and sort of just go from there and talk about Black Ops 6 and sort of what I thought it got right and the things that I think it got wrong. My reason of why I feel like I just really don't want to go back. So Call of Duty really started for me back on the Wii. I never got to play Call of Duty as a kid really that much. I wasn't allowed to play rated M games when I was young. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. That's just how my family was. I wasn't allowed to play even, rated T games. It was like I had to get them approved first. So I didn't really get to play Call of Duty that much until I sort of like grew up and I started to I had my first job and I was able to kind of buy things with my own money. That's sort of when I started to play Call of Duty. So for me, it was I had ones for the Wii, which those were those were actually pretty fun. Call of Duty 3 was like my first Call of Duty. Obviously COD 4 and Black Ops and whatever. I've played them all. Not in the order, maybe the same order as most, but I have played every Call of Duty. I feel like Call of Duty has just veered so far from what it used to be, back in COD 4, Black Ops 2, Black Ops. It's veered so far from what it used to be to the point where it's almost unrecognizable from what it used to be. I remember back in the day when Call of Duty was kind of seen as it was up against Battlefield, right? You had Call of Duty on one hand and Battlefield on the other, and it was you had to pick. It was are you a Call of Duty guy or are you more Battlefield? And that was sort of what it was back then. And for me personally, I was way more of a Battlefield fan than a Call of Duty fan. But a lot of my friends mainly just played Call of Duty. We'd sprinkle in some Battlefield here and there, but mainly the biggest thing was Call of Duty. Playing this game, the last couple months has really made me think about it. This just must be me growing up. It's not just Call of Duty's problem. It's a whole video game problem, right? Video games just don't seem to hit like they used to. And the more and more I've been playing these single player games, or these games that I've been posting on my YouTube channel, the more I've realized that there's way more to video games than Call of Duty and Battlefield and all these triple A games that, or I'm sorry, quadruple A, because there's quadruple A games now. I think Call of Duty's been perfected. It got perfected a long time ago, and they're just trying to innovate in any way they possibly can, even if it means completely obliterating their player base and their fans, because what they really care about is the investors, right? The people who, I know Call of Duty, Activision's a huge multi-billion-dollar company, right? But they still have investors, they still have that stuff. They care more about the numbers than they care about the players. And that's really how a lot of video games are these days. Being able to hit record high numbers of player counts. And so they come out with these trailers and stuff, and they show you we've got Omni movement in Black Ops 6. We've got new stuff this time.
We truly believe that once you experience Omni movement, there's no going back.
No, you could go back, but you won't. And I would agree, there is new stuff in this, and there is some things that I would totally say are awesome. The inclusion of just having the nostalgia of all the different Call of Duties. When you prestige, different Black Ops games, Modern Warfare games, you get little trinkets and stuff, weapon skins and stuff themed after certain games. That's really, really cool. And I think the way that they did that was one of the best parts of the game. You just have to play the game to get this stuff. And and so here's the problem, or one of the problems. You get something sort of themed after that game. So like Prestige 1 would show you like it was all like World at War stuff and like zombies. So like things were themed after World at War zombies. Prestige like 4 was like Black Ops 2 themed. So you'd have a Black Ops 2 emblem and certain things for Black Ops 2. And then, you know, they did ones for MW3, the new MW3, MW2, and whatever. Black Ops 4. But the problem is to unlock this stuff, you have to play the game. And I'm sorry, but dude, Call of Duty is just miserable to play. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like with the amount of hours that I have played Call of Duty in my life, the amount of hours that Call of Duty has taken away from me, I feel like I can say Call of Duty is shit compared to what it used to be. It is not fun to play this game. You might get a couple good games or whatever, and it feels pretty good or whatever, but nothing really fills that. This game does not fill any void that you have. It will not bring back the old games. It is a shell of what it used to be, and it's also not catered to me anymore. They're not advertising this game for people, you know, old people like me, like old Call of Duty players like me. I truly think they want what Fortnite has, which is, you know, skins, you know, expensive skins that you can collect and whatever. They want you to buy skins. That is what they do. So they make these bundles to entice you to buy them. But here's the thing, compared to Fortnite. Fortnite is a free-to-play game. It has been a free-to-play game pretty much since the beginning, other than when they tried with the whole zombie thing that they were doing, and then they branched off and made the Battle Royale. Call of Duty is not a free-to-play game. Their Battle Royale is free to play, but the whole game as a whole is not free to play. To play the multiplayer, you need to spend $70. And it's a mess. The UI, the menu, Call of Duty HQ is garbage. It used to be, and granted, it's better than it used to be. Back when they first tried to do this Call of Duty HQ like hub thing, this launcher, it was really, really bad in MW2, which is, I think, when they introduced it. I could be wrong, but it was really, really bad then. Slowly, progressively gotten better, but it's still a mess. You constantly have to load in shaders. Almost all the time you're loading in shaders. Shaders sometimes just don't load. Sometimes you have to mess with the menus to get them to load. Like, I'll be sitting in the multiplayer menu and the shaders won't load. And then I back out of the multiplayer menu and go into like zombies and they start loading again. Like, it's so buggy. It's ridiculous. I'm paying you $70 for a AAA game. There are so many games that don't have this problem, and they're 10 times better. They don't stress me out. They don't piss me off, and they want me to be there, and they want me to play their game. Call of Duty doesn't care if I play their game or not. They've got millions of people playing it already. So if they lose one person, whatever. So what did Black Ops 6 get right, in my opinion? Out of all the things in Black Ops 6, because that's mainly what we're talking about here. We're not talking about the history of Call of Duty. We're just talking about Black Ops 6. What did Call of Duty do right? What did Black Ops 6? I would say the campaign. I played the campaign. If you want to watch it, watch me play it. I'll put a little thing here so you can watch it. I think they did a decent job with the campaign. I think there was actually some decent amount of effort put into the campaign. There was money, so you could collect money to buy upgrades for your hideout. There was a hideout which was cool. You had, Woods was in the campaign, which was cool. He played a pretty big part. Adler's back in it he was in Cold War. So he's back in it, and kind of you see not a different side to him, but a little bit different than what we saw in Cold War. And then a bunch of other forgettable characters. Main villain was honestly the most disappointing part of the game, the campaign for me. She wasn't intimidating at all. There was no, I mean, they try to like pull at your heartstrings a little to like kind of like feel for her a little bit near the end, but there's just not enough. Like they did try to like show you like sort of what happened to her and everything, but even then it's like really hard to understand what's true and what's not because she doesn't even know what's real and what isn't by the end. So it's really hard to tell like what the story's trying to do with that. And then the person you play in the game, you play as Case. Yeah, so like so you have Case, and Case is sort of an interesting character just because there is a little bit of mystery of like who he is. And I don't know if people have kind of figured out who he is or not. I have a feeling I know who he is. I won't say anything, but I'm not sure if people have found that out yet. Like mini boss characters. There was some open world missions mixed in with like, you know, actual like normal, like what you would assume a campaign has for a mission. Like they had sprinkled in some an open world mission. Thankfully, it wasn't the whole game where it's just open world areas that are just reused, thankfully. And yeah, they had like spy stuff. You know, you could use a camera to like take pictures of certain things, and there was like, you know, collectibles there, and there was also like skins you could unlock for playing the campaign. You could actually unlock multiplayer skins, so there was a reason to like sort of actually entice people to play the campaign that they probably worked hard to make. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate the inclusion of the campaign other than like Black Ops 4. That was honestly Black Ops 6's strongest point. And then you have the rest of the game. So zombies, let's talk about zombies a little bit. So zombies this time around is round based, thank God. But it's definitely a little bit of, it's a mixture of sort of what they were kind of doing with Modern Warfare 3 zombies. I don't know, just trying to make some sort of story from, I don't even know. The story for zombies to me at this point is so confusing and so just, you know, like Richtofen's back, but he was back in the last one? I don't know. This whole game is just nostalgia bait to pull you in because it has something from old Call of Duty that's like, oh my god, it's got like the old zombies characters. Oh my god, it's got their prestiges are all the old games. You can use all the old emblems from all the old games as long as you get to master prestige. So you have to play a ton to get there. Like they just don't make it easy to get any of the cool things that like all the people who are playing the game want. So yeah, they're just rehashing old content, old things to pull you in, and it's not even that good of stuff. And yeah, they got me. They got my $70. So yeah, Zombies has the rounds and everything, and that's cool. But the maps are kind of meh. Now, they just came out with their newest map, and that map was pretty good. I like it. I like the different types of zombies that are in the Zombies universe. And I think, honestly, if Call of Duty is gonna make another video game, which obviously they are, make Call of Duty like you normally do, but maybe it's time to like make a solo zombies game. I feel like zombies is what's carrying Call of Duty every year at this point. I mean, honestly, with MW3, I think they knew it was a failure, and they needed to do something. So they're like, oh, just throw zombies into our battle royale map and call it good. So yeah, out of all the zombies maps, the 3 maps that we have Citadel, Liberty Falls, and Terminus. Out of these 3 maps, I think the castle one is the best, then Terminus, and then Liberty Falls. Liberty Falls to me feels like just a bunch of assets that they threw on a map and said, yep, that looks good. Terminus actually kind of felt like a pretty that's a good first map for the game when it released. I was pretty impressed with it. You had some open world aspects to it, and the Easter egg was pretty interesting. And yeah, it felt pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'd say the same for this map that I do with Terminus. On top of the fact that there's a castle and there's like dragons and fire and swords that you get to use for wonder weapons. It's pretty cool. There's these new like doppelganger zombie types that they actually like introduce it to you by like you have to shoot the locks on this box and like it'll come out of the box and it sprints at you and it's super creepy. And I think it's cool. I think it's showing that Call of Duty needs to make a solo zombies experience. Like make a game just off of zombies because I think that they could do it and it actually would be really good. Make a quality zombies solo experience, and I think people would truly, or make it a co-op game, like make it something like Left 4 Dead. That would be so cool. But yeah, so zombies I would say was okay, or is okay. There's obviously going to be more maps and stuff. For me, like, I don't understand where the story's going. I don't even think anybody really, I mean, I'm sure people do, but like, who cares? Now they have like the Aether world or whatever, but I guess that was always a thing. I don't know. It's just super random, and I just don't care for the story anymore. And then we get to basically what I would say what everyone mainly play, or not what everybody mainly plays, but like the big part of what Call of Duty is and that's the multiplayer part in the Warzone. This part of the game is absolutely trash. And I'm not saying that because I'm like, I just got done playing this game and I just wanted to rage at it and whatever. No. I have played enough Call of Duty to say the multiplayer for this game, although I think it's interesting with the Omni movement and I think there's good parts to the multiplayer, overall, it is plagued with constant innovation that fails to deliver, cheaters, a toxic community, and really honestly lackluster unlocks throughout the whole process. And I think this is the multiplayer is what is really making me open my eyes into maybe I'm just growing up and I'm getting too old for these games, and I didn't think that would ever be possible. And honestly, maybe that's the point. You know, maybe Call of Duty is trying to tell me something. Maybe Activision is actually a lot smarter than I think they are, and they're telling us it's okay. It's okay. You can move on now. Call of Duty isn't for you anymore. It's for the next generation. You know, and they're pushing me along to the next, to the other kinds of experiences, and they're bringing in the new crowd. They're phasing me out, right? And they've been phasing me out for years, and they've been phasing probably you out for years. It's just not our game anymore. And I know like a lot of people are probably gonna be like, oh well, if you just suck at the multiplayer, then just get good. And yeah, I could do that if I wanted. I could try to be better at Call of Duty, but for what? The Omni movement in multiplayer and Warzone, I think it's okay. I don't hate it. I don't dislike it, but I don't like it either. It's okay. Everything moves a little too fast, and that just might be my slow brain. But I truly think things are just moving way too fast, and it's just not fun. I don't want to get out of work and come home and I'm like, oh man, I'm out of work. I want to sit down and relax and play a video game. I don't want to sit down and play a game that's going to piss me off because either someone's cheating or they've been playing the game all freaking week long cuz they can. Skill-based matchmaking I feel like just barely works. I don't know. I'm not complaining about sucking at the game. Like I know I'm not a pro Call of Duty player. And I think that is truly the biggest plague of these of not just Call of Duty. And this is where I'm going to kind of go off and talk about just video gaming in general here. Video gaming has changed from less of a thing to do for fun and more of a let me prove to you how good I can be at this. Let me just add an extra layer of stress into my life is what I see it as when it comes to certain games. Not every game is like this. Like, I don't feel this way when I play, Mario Odyssey or Pokemon or whatever. Games like this are plagued with cheaters, just really toxic people. I mean, I know Call of Duty's always had a pretty toxic group of people when you go into lobbies and stuff, but it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's a like younger person thing, but, and I'm not saying like I'm old, but I think I'm getting to the point where like I don't want to play a game, I don't want to load into Warzone and hear like half the lobby screaming in their microphone. The one half is screaming the N-word while the other half is yelling in their mics. You're hearing people smoke detectors, you're hearing some kids crying in the background while the guy's like this dad's playing Call of Duty. It's just a mess. We're sitting there and I'm just enjoying the experience, right? I'm like, even if I'm dying, I'm just trying to enjoy the experience. Half my team is fighting with each other because one guy is complaining that the rest of the team sucks and we're the reason he's losing. And so then you're hearing these guys complain all game long. That isn't fun to me. Gaming shouldn't be about that stuff really, it's just stupid. And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and I find that stuff childish, or I'm just sick of the negativity. Call of Duty is so negative. Very, very rarely do I ever meet someone who is having a good time and enjoying themselves. Almost every single person you'll talk to in lobby is either a troll, is saying something racist, their microphone is in their mouth or by a fan, or they're complaining about how shit the game is. Yet we're all sitting and playing the shit game. I will say the guns feel good. I feel like the animations feel good. Servers being down and stuff, I think those have improved since the last season, or this new season that's come out. I think they've improved on that. It was pretty bad at launch, but there's no excuse for that. I mean, you're a $1 billion company and you have shit servers. There's no excuse for that. I'm paying you. You have millions of people paying you $70 to $150 pre-ordering your game, your AAA experience from a $1 billion company, and your game didn't work on day one. My friend couldn't even play the game for the first 2 days. That's messed up. That's stupid. And I hate that video games do that nowadays. And that is why video games just aren't the same anymore. They don't make game. I'm tired of these games I'm tired of these companies making games and having us beta test your game, even when it's released. That is wrong. And especially when you're asking for $70. It's not like it had the worst launch of a Call of Duty ever, but it wasn't great. And it's still buggy. There's still tons of bugs. Loadouts would just disappear. The menus would, certain parts of the menus would just disappear or crash, make your game crash. I mean, literally, I made my clan tag, G59, because, the boys, right? It changed my clan tag, so I was like, well, that's weird. It changed it to, S9, which I don't know why it changed it to that, but it did. So I go to change it back. I can't even change my clan tag. I still, to this point, today, I checked it today before I uninstalled this game, which, by the way, I did uninstall the game. I still can't change it. It just crashes the game. I should not have to bug test your $70 game. And then there's all the freaking integrations with all the other Call of Duties that are floating around in this HQ. This Call of Duty HQ hub, whatever. Warzone had to be transferred. They moved it. It didn't have Omni movement when they didn't come out with the Omni movement when Black Ops 6 came out. When the Omni movement system went into the new game, it was freaking terrible. I had I played the game. When I played Warzone about like maybe 6 months ago. The game was fine, completely fine. I was getting over 100 for FPS. They did this update, tanked it. I'm getting like 20, 30 frames until like I'm like for a while until the lobby gets down to like 70 people, 70, 60 people. So until that point, until 40 people die off the map, my game runs like crap. And it wasn't like that before. I didn't have that issue before. I appreciate they have a lot of like, they're doing events. There's a whole event page. They're doing they're doing zombies events. They're doing multiplayer events, and there's things you can unlock in those. And I think they're doing a good job with that, and they should keep doing those because camos ain't it. Camos ain't it. I'm sorry. It's camos are cool, and the camo grind is very impressive to see, especially with this Call of Duty with how many camos there are. It's impressive to see someone with dark matter. It's very cool. But that's it. That is all you are grinding for in multiplayer. Yeah, sure, you want to level up your guns and whatever, and you play through the first 55 levels and to unlock the new guns, but then you just do it all over again. You prestige. You go and do it all over again. You do it over again, over and over and over and over and over. It's this repetitive thing, and it sucks ass. If you ever want to find like nice people in the game, you're probably gonna find them in zombies. Sure, you're gonna find hardcore people in zombies too, but less likely that there's still a chance you're gonna find some nice people in there, and you're working together. In multiplayer, it's a fucking it is a shit show. Let's talk about the battle pass a little bit. So this battle pass that they're doing this year, I like that it's a linear path. I like that. It's not this stupid fucking ugly map that they had for the last 2-3 games that they did. That looked like shit. It's a nice linear path. It's very clear on what you can unlock. It's nice. It's simple. I like it. But then on top of this, so you pay $60. You paid, or I'm sorry, 70. You paid $70 for this video game. Okay, you get access to zombies, multiplayer, campaign, ranked play, because there is ranked play. I'm not going to really talk about ranked play because I didn't really get into it, and I don't think you should either. And, the multiplayer and whatever. $70 to get in, and you get access, and Warzone. So you have all these different game modes for $70. Okay, fine, whatever. That's a decent amount of content for $70. There is a decent amount of stuff. You're going to ask me, what? It's like $10 for the normal battle pass, 10 or 20 for the normal battle pass. And then it's like $30 for the Black Cell edition, which is the same. You get the same stuff, 2 extra little pages for the Black Cell exclusive members, a clan tag emblem that you can put in your name, variants on certain skins and guns. And they look fucking shit. Like, they don't look very good. They don't look interesting. Some of them do. But for the most part, none of them are very interesting. I hate the stupid explosion thing when you kill someone and they explode into coins or gobble gums or whatever. That shit is stupid. And I know, like, that's like a nitpick thing, like it's not a big deal. I don't know. I'm just more old school. I would rather just see either I shoot the person, they fall on the ground, they die, and maybe there's a pool of blood, or I shoot him and like money comes out, like, because that's what it usually was. It was like and like money would go whatever. Maybe I'm just old and I'm just sitting here complaining about a stupid video game that doesn't matter. I'm not gonna stop playing video games because of this. Video games have been my life, and I see it more as like an art. I like playing video games. It's just a part of, like, some people like, watching movies. I don't care about watching movies. I would rather play my movie. You know what I mean? All these games, all they want to do is entice you to buy something, and that's all they care about. They don't care about just having the one transaction where you buy the game and you get to unlock stuff and play the game and enjoy it. Like all the skin packs that are in this new Call of Duty, like these are like a lot of these skins and a lot of these guns and stuff, they're cool. Like the Mastercraft stuff, the animations, the inspects for all these weapons, like they're cool, but you have to buy them. You can't unlock them. I guess I'm just kind of upset with how gaming is nowadays and how most games are when they release. They're just broken piles of crap and we have to fix them. They just don't deliver on anything that their community wants. I mean, a good example, Helldivers. You know, Call of Duty used to be like, yeah, you had the toxic people and everything, but like, here's another thing. Why the fuck is the lobby? Why does the lobby look like this? Like, whatever happened to a simple lobby system where I could see all the characters? I mean, dude, Advanced Warfare was perfect. It showed everyone in the lobby. You got to look at everybody's skins. You got to see the things that they've managed to unlock or get out of supply drops. Now it's this, and it's like this. It's been like this since 2019, but now it's, you know, this stupid freaking thing. You see your character walking on screen. You know, like I was playing with Neo. Like every time I play with Neo, you know, Neo will be like, "Oh, dude, look at my skin." Bro, I have to wait a solid, like, I can't see your skin because the stupid animation. I don't want, like, why do I don't like this. This is stupid. But it pisses me off more that they had a system. They had a system that worked and it looked good. It was simple. They can't even do like a simple thing that Fortnite, you get to see the 4 characters on screen. You get to see the skins. They can do emotes. You see the names of all the characters and they're static for the most part and you see them. Why the fuck is it this? This is so god awful. I genuinely hate this. I gotta stop. I gotta calm down a little bit. I gotta end this video. Every year I do the same thing. I always end up not liking the game at some point, and I say I'm never gonna come back, and then I always do because something pulls me in, either the nostalgia bait or, you know, a new system, or maybe just me being optimistic that it's going to be better this year. I'm tired of doing that. I'm so tired of doing that. And I'm tired of giving Activision my money. And I think, honestly, most people are too anyway. The cool dragon skin that you see in the game, no, they didn't work hard to get that. I mean, I guess technically they did. Maybe they worked hard at their job, but that's it. They didn't work hard in the game. The only thing that shows that someone did anything really that good is the skins, you know, like the gun skins. Like, oh yes, okay, you see Dark Matter or Dark Aether or whatever it's called? Yeah, that person grinded the shit out of Call of Duty camos. Like, I don't know how people managed to do it. But you can't even see them unless, like, you don't notice that they even have the skins because more than likely you're gonna skip their kill cam. Like, even if they're in your lobby, you're not even gonna see the gun. You're maybe gonna see it for a second because they show up for a second in the little animation. So, like, you don't even see the cool stuff. The menus suck. The freaking lobby system sucks. You don't even see who's in your lobby half the time because it's freaking bugged almost all the time. You don't know who the heck is talking. Probably won't see Call of Duty on my channel anymore. I refuse to play it. If you see a Call of Duty video from me at any point in the future, slap me across the face virtually because I am sick in the head or something. Something's wrong with, I mean, I know that's true already, but still, it's the end of 2024. I've had a lot of fun making YouTube videos. I've had a lot of fun, you know, making gaming videos. I've had a lot of fun making the TR7 videos. I have more fun editing my videos more than I actually have fun playing the games. that I'm playing. There's certain games that's not true, but I know it's not like the complete end of the year yet. We're still a couple of weeks out till the end of the year, but I thought I would just kind of plug this in at the end of this. I started this channel back in March. You know, I was able to accrue 22 subscribers and I made 75 videos. Obviously, some of these videos you don't see yet because they are hidden. They are not released yet. So yeah, guys, I think that's gonna officially do it for this video. I kind of just ranted for an hour. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this all together to make very much sense. I'm gonna try. I haven't plugged any of my socials in any of my videos, but I'm gonna just let people know because I don't know if any, you know, maybe some people don't read the descriptions or anything, but I do have an Instagram, I do have an X, and I do have a Discord, and I have a Discord server. So if you would like to join it, you're more than welcome to. It's pretty small right now. There's really no moderators other than myself, and Neo is a moderator, but he's, you know, granted, he hasn't had nobody's moderated anything in the channel yet. There really hasn't been anything to moderate, and everybody in there is right now is pretty close to me. There's like a couple people who are in there that I don't know, but I'd like to get more people in there. There's different sections in it. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought I would plug that in here at the end. I would like to get more people in there. I would like to get just more like feedback from people. So I guess that is the end of this massive video. And yeah, I'm saying my final goodbyes to Call of Duty. See ya. I hope to never play you ever again. I will always remember the good times that we had. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Deuces, everybody. Oh, and have a good, also, happy holidays, happy New Year's, and yeah, deuces. Bye!